first thanks to Dr. Phule Datta sir and Dr. Suchita Datta ma'am for giving me the opportunity to present my paper in this conference. Thank you so much, sir. Now on my paper, online product reviews have grown up into a valuable source of information, influencing the purchases with the rise of digital and social media. Customer reviews are now act as a feedback for online stores and the products. Online customer reviews are now a key resource for product detail and have a significant impact on customers' purchasing decision. Based on that, my research study was focused on importance of online customer reviews on customer purchase. So the topic of my research and the research paper is importance of online customer reviews and customer purchase. Firstly, the researcher gone through the literature reviews and the theoretical background. According to the authors Simona, Snita, Lungi, and Mihai, online customer reviews through social media significantly affect customer purchase behavior. Another author, Prabhakiran and Vasantha, has mentioned in his paper that online customer reviews help future customers to know what to buy and why to buy. Another authors, Helverson, then about Abrazuk, Cope, and Milek has also given their views that positive and negative online customer reviews affect online customers' decisions of younger and older customers. And finally, the author Mo, Lee, and Fan has identified some factors, that is positive and negative reviews, picture reviews, and description ratings are the elements of online customer reviews that are impacting the customer purchase behavior. So this is all regarding the literature review which I identified during my research. Based on that literature review and the theoretical background, the researcher identified the objectives, identified 4 objectives. And that the first one is to analyze the importance of online customer reviews and customer purchase behavior, to analyze the effect of positive and negative online customer reviews on customer purchase behavior, then to understand the significant role of positive customer reviews on customer purchase behavior, and to understand the significant role of negative customer reviews on customer purchase behavior. These are my 4 objectives. Based on the objective, I identified the hypothesis. These are the 4 hypotheses which I identified. The first one is positive and negative reviews affect customer purchase behavior. Secondly, the rejection of the product is a major criteria from negative customers review. Third is selection of the product is the major criteria from positive customer review. And final hypothesis is online customer purchase depends on online customer reviews. To test this hypothesis, the research methodology followed include, first one is the type of research is descriptive research. This is totally a descriptive research. The researcher collected the data, the primary data and secondary data. The primary data was collected by means of survey through Google Doc. Secondary data was collected through research journal, articles, books, and several websites. The research instrument which I used for this research is a well-structured research questionnaire. And the sampling design which I used is sampling units are online buyers. The sampling method which I used is non-probability convenience sampling. And the sample size which I collected from my research is 2,374 respondents. These are all online buyers. And for hypothesis testing, the researcher used chi-square test and linear regression test. As far as my hypothesis testing is concerned, the first hypothesis is positive and negative customer reviews impact customer buying behavior. So I developed null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. My null hypothesis is positive and negative reviews doesn't impact customer buying behavior. And the alternate hypothesis is positive and negative reviews impacts on customer buying behavior. For this research, the researcher tests separately the impact of positive reviews and the impact of negative reviews. And the test used is chi-square test, and the method for testing is if the p-value, that is the significant value, is less than 0.05, then reject H0 and accept H1. And if the p-value is greater than 0.05, then we accept H0 and reject H1. This is the method which we used for testing this hypothesis. And I use SPSS software to test this hypothesis. I use my data, 2,374 customers data entered into SPSS, and I analyze those data by using SPSS and using chi-square test and regression. From the chi-square test, it was observed that for positive customer reviews, the Pearson chi-square value is 684.729, and the asymptote significant value, that is p-value, this is the p-value which is 0.001, which is less than 0.05. And as I mentioned, the method which I used over here is, if the p-value is less than 0.05, then reject H0 and accept H1. So based on that, I mentioned that the p-value is less than 0.05, hence researcher accept H1, and the H1 is positive reviews impacts on customer buying behavior. Secondly, for the negative customer reviews, again, I conduct the chi-square test, and separately I test from negative reviews, customer reviews. In that, the Pearson chi-square value is 494.33. This is the Pearson chi-square value. And the p-value, a significance p-value, is 0.001, which is again less than 0.05. And from the method, as I mentioned, p-value is, if the p-value is less than 0.05, the researcher accept H1. It means that negative reviews also impact on customer buying behavior. As from both the hypotheses, I conclude the conclusion that positive and negative reviews impacts on customer buying behavior. This is related with my first hypothesis. Now, the second hypothesis, rejection of the product is the major criteria from negative customers review. Again, I used null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis is rejection of the product is not a major criteria from negative customer reviews. And alternate hypothesis is rejection of product is a major criteria from negative customer reviews. I use chi-square test, and the chi-square value is remains same, that if the p-value is less than 0.05, then reject H0 and accept H1. When I use this data through SPSS and identified this table, chi-square table, and the Pearson chi-square value is 494.331, and the p-value is equal to 0.001, which is again less than 0.05. And as the method suggests, if the p-value is less than 0.05, we reject H0 and accept H1. So this is why we can conclude that the rejection of the product is a major criteria from negative customer reviews. It means that the customers are rejecting the product based on what exactly the kind of, we say, reviews, kind of rejection reviews. If there is any rejection reviews, it means that reviews are used for neglecting the product for buying. The third hypothesis is selection of the product is a major criteria from positive customer reviews. Again, I used null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. The null hypothesis, selection of product is not a major criteria from positive customer reviews, and alternate hypothesis is selection of the product is a major criteria from positive customer reviews. And the researcher used chi-square test, and the method used is again the same. If the p-value is less than 0.05, then we reject H0 and accept H1. And if the p-value is greater than 0.05, then accept H0 and reject H1. This is the criteria. When we analyze the data, we identified that the Pearson chi-square value is 758.662, and the Pearson p-value, rather we call probability value, is equal to 0.001, which is less than 0.05. And hence, researcher again conclude that selection of the product is a major criteria from positive customer reviews. It means that the online retailer require more positive reviews. As the more positive reviews means more the chances to buy the product of that particular category. So more positive reviews are impacting more for increasing the sales of online retailer. The fourth hypothesis is online customer purchase depends on online customer review. So here again I developed a null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is online customer purchase doesn't depends on online customer reviews, and alternate hypothesis is online customer purchase totally depends on online customer review. Here I identified the dependent variable, that is Y, is nothing but online customer purchase. So online customer purchase is the dependent variable, and the independent variable is online customer reviews. And here I used the test for testing this hypothesis is linear regression test, and the linear regression test is nothing but y is equal to a plus bx. Y is nothing but online customer purchase, and x is nothing but online customer reviews. So I use this data again for analyzing those data, and I identified the values in between this. So y is equal to a plus bx. So here a is nothing but this value 2.586. This is nothing but a constant value. Okay, and this is the coefficient value of x, that is customer online reviews. So these are actually the value 0.406. So this is nothing but a kind of a model which I developed from this research, and this model is identified and that if the online retailer acquire 1,000 plus positive reviews, then the online purchase will be increased by 40.6%. So this model has suggested that if the online retailers acquire 1,000 plus positive reviews, then their sales may get increased from 40.6%. So the importance of positive reviews are a lot. So it's really impacted more for the purchase. So this model is helpful for them to know how much sales has been increased if they got more positive reviews. It means that there is a strong correlation between the two variables, that is online customer purchase and online customer reviews, because 40.6% is what is the sales get increased. 40.6%. It means there is a strong correlation between these two variables, and hence researchers conclude that online customer purchase totally depends on online customer reviews. So this is a model which I developed through my research. Finally, I'm giving some conclusion and the recommendation. So first conclusion is that online customer reviews totally affect the customer trust and buying intention. So if you want to increase the purchase, you need to get the trust and you need to get that intention. And only the reviews are those which actually help the retailer, online retailer, to get that buying from the customers. So to get that purchases, online purchases, you must require the reviews that may be positive or negative, whatever, but you require reviews, right? Second observation that I observed from the research is that selection of the product is the major criteria from the positive customer reviews. Then the researchers suggest that online retailers should launch the online campaign like Best Review Award. So if they come up with such Best Review Award kind of a campaign, each and every the customers are getting part of that contest. And because of that, they're giving more positive reviews. And as my model suggests that if you get more positive reviews, your sales may get increased from existing to 40.6%. So that's why it's really required to get more positive reviews. For that purpose, if they come up with such idea, Best Review Award, then that will help them to get more kind of sales and more positive reviews for their products and retailers. Rejection of the product is again one major criteria from negative customers review. So rejection is also happened just because of negative reviews. So I suggest the online retailer should analyze the negative reviews and try to resolve that reviews by replying on the same comment and continue the conversation till the issue get resolved. So whenever the online retailer get any kind of a negative reviews, that negative review need to be resolved quickly. So for that purpose, they need to keep the person separately used for this purpose, for giving reply to such online negative reviews, and these reviews must be resolved quickly. Once that issue get resolved, it means the person who is giving that negative reviews can convert into positive reviews. So that's why it means whatever the problems faced by the customers, if that problem get resolved, it means that person is not that customers will not give any negative reviews. So the digital marketing has been used a lot in this case, and that's why the online retailer also required to put a separate persons for giving such kind of reviews and analyze those reviews separately. So this is what all about my research. And thank you very much. If you have any question or doubt, you may ask. Thank you.